Welcome to Listen in 3D. This is episode number 11. I'm your boy Justin, aka Too Tall for You Fool, joined by my co host.
Netta, aka Wondrousnet.
And together we are Team 3D, the host of Listen in 3D, where we discuss, dissect, and debate the music and the albums in the world of hip hop and other genres. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for watching us. Definitely do us a favor. Like this video, share it around, give us some feedback and comment, and also do yourself the biggest favor for us of all and subscribe. If you want to go more further than that, when you subscribe, click on that notification bell. That way, you get notifications when all our videos go live and then watch a video or two of episodes we've already done. So that way we show up in your algorithm. YouTube likes to, bury you if, you're not watching a particular channel. So please, please, please definitely watch a video or two while watching this episode. Yeah. All right. And if you want to email us, listenin3d at gmail.com. Pretty simple there. We should be getting audio soon, if not now, by the time you're listening to this. So if you are on audio platforms, welcome. I know it's been kind of a patient. Know you guys have been patient, but we will be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, hopefully sooner rather than later. So with all that out of the way, Netta, how you been? How you doing today?
I'm pretty good. I can't complain. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Got a good night's sleep. Worked hard. All right. So, anyway, with the small chat out of the way, would you like to get into the classic we're going to discuss today?
Yes, today we're going to be discussing Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which was released on November 22nd, 2010. It was certified triple platinum and it had singles including Power, Runaway, Monster, and All of the Lights. It had music videos for all of the singles, and even within the short film Runaway, it had features of almost every song on the album, with the exception of Monster and So Appalled. So it's a pretty complete work. It had guest appearances from Kid Cudi, Raekwon, Rihanna, Jay Z, Nicki Minaj, Rick Ross, Bon Iver, Swiss Beats, Pusha T, Syfy the Prince, RZA, and John Legend.
All right. Thank you for that. And correct you on the RZA. It's actually RZA. That's how you say his name, but that's
Oh,
okay. All right. So, Kanye West. I mean, I know I was a little hesitant going into this album. I mean, I'm in one of those categories of people who think that Graduation was his like last great complete set of work, but I think I was wrong. Definitely he really killed it with this one. So uh, I may I remind the audience that this episode along with the next episode we chose some albums to review. Not We're not going off the generator that we put together and just going off that with the randomizer or whatnot. So what made you get into this album? Like, do you have any nostalgia thoughts? I mean, it's been out what 13 years now, so got to be something, right?
yeah. I really like the story that he was telling with this album. It's like the most complete hip hop work I think I've ever heard. Um, so going into it, it is a lot of nostalgia. When I first heard the
Mm.
name of the album, I'm like, what in the world? Because it's so long
Yeah, it's
and
a pretty long title.
oxymoronic. But it's also provocative, and um, I really love the album.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I don't really have any nostalgia thoughts going into it. I mean, I admit in 2010, my mind was elsewhere, but I did hear most of the songs for the most part. One song in particular that we'll talk about when we get into the singles. But For the most part, it was. I mean, I know Kanye was was making a comeback at the time, after the whole VMA incident and all that stuff, and I think he just really kills it with this. Definitely if this is a great, not just hip hop album, but just great music album in general. Like, just the genius that is Kanye West. Got to give it up to him, and definitely if I would definitely recommend this album even before we start talking about it. Definitely give it a listen. Just I think you'll be surprised. I think you'll be entertained, and just arguably now I think the debate rolls: what's his best album, this or Graduation? So, so I mean, if we do decide to do a versus series on this show later on down the line, definitely I'd put those two albums up against each other. But I mean, that's a conversation for another day. All right, so let's get into the theme of the album and artwork. Definitely, there were several artworks that I saw. Well, the one that you guys were looking at for reviewers out there, the ballerinas in black, and we'll get into that. It was from if you saw the Runaway film or even just the music video, you've seen them. And then there's also another one, which is actually the one I see at least on Spotify, which is a pixelated, I think, photo of him and I guess getting laid or something like that. Kind of the same red thing, but it was like a cartoon design. Kind of just weirded out by why he would go with two different album cover choices. Well, what were your thoughts on that?
I thought it was it kind of bizarre to have like a pixelated album cover. But I think I looked up the unblurred version as well
Yeah,
as the blurred version, and when I saw it unblurred, I'm like I kind of prefer it blurred.
yeah, same.
I I don't know. It's something like the graphic nature of it is it doesn't promote the same mystique. But
hmm
with the pixelated version, it's like, well, what is going on here?
Kind of
So
looks like
I
a
liked it.
kind of looks like a like a 8-bit video game kind of. So I thought the pixelated version. I think it was done clever, but I mean the one we're looking at right now, the with the ballerina and the wine glass. I think that better serves it. I mean that's just me, but I don't know. But what do I know? I'm just a fan. I'm just a listener. So, but I thought it was pretty. I mean, maybe Spotify. I mean, how does it show up on Apple Music? Because I know you use Apple Music.
it
So
should. Yes, the pixelated version showed up on Apple Music too. I had to Google and get that ballerina
mhm.
image.
Yeah, because I believe that was the one. If you got a physical CD copy or the vinyl, I guess. I think that's what shows up on there. So, and I don't believe this album's on cassette. But if it is, people let me know. All right. So we're gonna talk beats, and there were a lot of great beats on this one. But with any Kanye album, you're gonna get some great production work. Um, what were your favorite beat or beats? I mean, I couldn't narrow it down to one. So I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, my most favorite was on the very first song, "Dark Fantasy."
hmm
It's like, and it kind of went along with the theme of the whole album. It's like a I don't know how else to describe it, but futuristic. It's like futuristic. I like how the beat changes at times. It's
Yeah.
slow at times. It's fast at times. Soon as he starts rapping, the beat changes, and it's like, and I really enjoyed it. What was your favorite beat,
I had several
or were your
favorite.
favorite beats?
Um, I had several favorites. I gotta go. Runaway was a really good beat. Just at the beginning how he's playing that piano. That one note, and then he goes into that other note after about 10, 20 seconds or so, and just the bass behind it. I think was just done very cleverly. I actually do want to like look for like like a whole instrumental of this whole album. Just listen to the beats because I do like instrumentals. Just for you viewers out there. So I mean, I really like the Runaway beat, and then all of the lights is just one of those catchy beats. Just never gets old. Always stuck in your head. And then another beat I liked was "Devil in a New Dress." I thought that was a good one too. But I mean, go back to what you said, "Dark Fantasy." That was also a great beat as well. So I mean, it was a great way to kick off the album, quite frankly. So all right, so
I noted that at the beginning of Runaway, when he's playing that one piano key, it's kind of almost disconcerting in a sense, but it's very interesting. I liked it.
yeah, definitely very. Yeah, it was like you kind of like look at him play the piano, and I know we'll get into this in a minute, but I didn't know he was able to play the notes like that. I mean, I know he's a producer, but he's very talented. Yeah, didn't know he had it in him. All right, so all right, let's go on the singles, and there were quite a bit of them. I guess we'll start with Power, and I guess I'll kick this one off. Seems like every movie I watched during this time or after, or like a year or two after this album came out, like Power was just like on every single like trailer. It was just ridiculous. Like I think the whole the Social Network movie, I know it was on that one. I can't think of any others at the top of my head, but that's one I could think of. It was just like the songs just seemed to be all over the place. I mean, good song, but I mean, definitely not one of my favorites. Probably because it just got played out so damn much. I mean, what were your thoughts on it? I'm just being real with you.
Yeah, I feel you. I think it was like extremely overplayed. It was to
Mm,
the point where I had thought I'm like I thought I didn't care for it till I just re-listened to it and I was like really trying to hone in on the words and stuff and I was like I really love this song. It's like on the song he's kind of like turning everything on its head. Like
yeah.
even when he talks about his haters, he says "Scream from the haters," got a
Mm,
nice ring to it. I guess every superhero needs his theme music, and it's like the fact that he's like the beat maker that he is. That line hit different for me because I legitimately believe him that he would go and make a beat out of his haters' screams and then call it his own theme music. And then when he talks about when he says 21st century schizoid man, and
yeah.
to me he's like turning his schizophrenia on his head because most people would say that's a weakness or whatever, but he's been on record many times like no, this is my power, this is what makes me such a good musician. And then he turns his how he's known for having a huge ego, he
Mm,
turns that on his head and he's like, well, you see it as ego, and I see it as having just such an intense belief in myself. And he's talking about really the inner struggle and turmoil that creates. He's like, he's fighting for custody of his inner child,
mm.
and he got treasures in his mind that he's trying to break open. I like how he just turns a lot of things on his head on that song. I really loved it.
Yeah. Seems like you really did love it. I like the fourth verse where he goes, "Hava powers, awesome powers, lost in translation with a whole fucking nation. They say I was the abomination of Obama's nation." I thought that last verse in that song was pretty clever. So it seems like you really did enjoy the song. Me personally, I just to this day, it's just like, well, whatever. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
played out. It was just played out to me. I mean, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Video. I wish the music video was a little bit longer because it'll only play like part of the song. I mean, hopefully I found the right version, but I think it was because it was on his official YouTube page. So it was only like what the first verse or something. So I don't know. I thought that
Yeah.
was kind of all right. And then we go to the next single, which was "Runaway." I'll let you start this one off. Runaway.
Um, I like it again because he's just, and this seems like the whole theme of the album and the title of the album. He's combining things that seemingly just don't mix. He's like, I'm very gifted at finding things that I hate,
Mm,
and instead of trying to work on myself, instead I'm gonna tell you to run away, and I'm gonna cheers to all of the assholes.
yeah.
So, uh, I enjoyed the honesty.
Mm,
I thought it was a, a honest a honest look at his experiences. I enjoyed the song.
yeah. The chorus, was very clever. Let's have a toast for the douchebag. Just I think he did a very good job with that. It just seemed like his verse was just real short, but I mean, it is what it is. I think Pusha T, I think he really killed it with his verse, and then just I mean, it's like after the song goes off, you wish it would just go longer because then it goes into that piano keys again, and then I guess he gets on like a vocoder or something, and like I was trying to make out like what he was saying because you could kind of tell that he's singing, but it's all distorted. It's just like as the song's going out, like I don't know. I mean, it's like you want it to be longer, but then you realize like after you're done listening, it's like over 9 minutes. It's like okay,
I
great
didn't even
song.
realize that.
Yeah, yeah. Like it feels like shorter because I don't know, but it's not your typical rap song, with at least three verses, and Kanye's verse was like, I mean, I know he does sing like the chorus and everything too, and he does like ad libs and stuff through the song. But just you kind of just like wanted the. I mean, did you get that feeling that you just wanted to keep it going on like after like the song was going off? I mean, that's just me, but I don't know.
I think I got it, but it was pretty much for all of the songs. So
All right. But yeah, and then the video, and I guess we can talk the film too. Yeah, it was I mean with the ballerina on the album cover, I think it does fit the whole theme of the album. And the dinner table, and I thought the Runaway film was I mean, I saw the film. It was a little over 30 minutes. It's on YouTube if you guys are interested. It was pretty interesting, just I do like how clips of almost all the songs except for Monster and So Appalled are in the whole film. So, that's definitely an interesting film. I would definitely recommend if you're a big Kanye fan, big fan of this album, and you haven't watched it yet, definitely give it a watch. I think you'll be impressed.
yeah, I thought those ballerinas on that, they completely killed it. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
way they were moving, like
I
they went
wonder
from extremely fast movements to slow
mm,
movements, and I really like that.
I wonder where he found them from. That's what I want to know.
If I know Kanye, I know he's like, give me the best ballerinas ever. I want all the best ballerinas and bring them right here.
Yeah, 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 definitely. It was a very well done music video. None other like its kind. Um, Next single we will talk Monster, and this was a little bit of a bizarre song, but I mean he did have a lot of features. I want to highlight, there were a lot of features. I do want to highlight Nicki Minaj's verse. That verse, she, I think she stole the song. I mean, I'm just being real with you. She did a really good job there, and I think one thing I think a lot of people do forget is I guess her album came out the same day, and then she goes into that like um that one person here, one person there, like the two split, the different voice.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do definitely want to highlight her verse. I think Jay Z's verse was okay. I didn't think it was anything excellent or anything like that. I mean, I'm just being real with you, but music video was a little was a little crazy. what what were your thoughts on Monster?
I mean, I too thought Nicki Minaj killed it, and even Kanye. I remember reading, or I think he said it in an interview one time because he was trying to prove like I'm not really that egotistical, and he was like, if I had that much ego, I would have never let Nicki stay on that track because she killed both of us.
Yeah, she did.
He was Yeah, he was like, if I was that egotistical, I would have just took her off. But he agrees that she completely killed it, and she really did. I remember
Yeah.
being a fan of Nicki Minaj back then, and in 2010 when she's first dropping Pink Friday and all of that, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's on a track with. Not only is she on a track with Kanye and Jay-Z, but she like ate them alive. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of Nicki Minaj haters out there, but if you want to hear some classic Nicki Minaj fire, listen to that song. That was yeah. She earned her.
And I do agree with you that Jay Z's verse wasn't his best work, but
Hell
I
no.
did hear him. I heard him say, "All I see is these niggas I made millionaires milling about, spilling their feelings in the air," and I like that. I mean, he's kind of giving a nod to
Mm,
himself, but he's also just acknowledging like we're making all this money just from saying our thoughts out loud,
pretty
and I
much.
and I helped make this. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Jay
I like
Z.
that.
I mean, we will do a Jay Z album on the show very soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. Definitely have some better bodies of work than what he did, at least on this song, anyway. All right, but I mean, it was a good song. Like I said, Nicki Minaj killed it, but it would for me. I don't think it was the. I think it was the least popular of all the singles, in my opinion. So, um, and then we talk about the last single from this album, "All of the Lights." This feels like a song that's been played out, but I mean it's catchy. Definitely people like to dance to it. I feel, and I think Rihanna killed it on the chorus. I thought it was a little weird that she wasn't credited on the actual album, but on the music video she was, along with Kid Cudi. He's got to give ups to him as well. But um, definitely, not no one verse really stood out to me on this song, but definitely the beat, and just definitely, it's a song that if you're, want to play it in front of grandma or something, I feel like it's a song that can't go wrong, at least in my opinion. What were your thoughts on Turn On All of the Lights?
Yeah, I love all of the lights. I particularly like when he's just thinking of anything that has a light on it, and he's just like stop lights, car lights, this light, that
Mm,
light. I love that, and what I took from it was like um, just turning on the light on something is kind of just being able to see something like fully in its essence, and just being able to see truth,
mm.
and the truth is like the most beautiful thing. That's what I took from it, so I really love that song.
Yeah, it's a great song, definitely. So, I mean, that's about, what I took from it. Just, you know, this light, that light, good, good, good song. I mean, I'll definitely. Then the video I thought was very colorful as well, and I thought Rihanna, Kid Cudi, I thought they all did a very good job in the music video. So, um,
in that in the video, I liked how he like brought out a huge Michael Jackson head,
oh,
and he's just like MJ gone, I need you
yeah,
dead. And it was very colorful. It
mm,
like so prominently featured the color red. There's like a boy in
mm,
all red carrying a red torch, and I don't know. He just likes red. I mean, red is like for passion, fire, blood,
yeah,
and he like has a lot of red in that video.
yeah, definitely. A very colorful video, very red video, but it was definitely good. I'd definitely give it another watch. Um,
It was men in red clan hoods too.
oh
That was
yeah,
random as.
yeah, that was pretty random. All right, so Now that we talked about, the album singles, let's talk about our three favorite tracks. So, you want to start?
Yeah, it was very hard for me to choose my very top three.
Hmm.
Um, but I had um, I guess I'm still choosing in this very moment between
Oh
two.
yeah.
But I had All of the Lights,
Hmm.
Monster,
Monster.
and Dark Fantasy, with an honorable mention for Lost in the World.
All right. For me, I'm gonna go. It was tough for me too, but I think we were on the same level. Yeah, I think we were almost. Well, actually, no. I think I'm a little different. Let's see. My top three were Runaway, Dark Fantasy, Devil in a New Dress, with the honorable mention of So Appalled. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. so so your three. So which one did we not talk about yet? For your so All the Lights. What
uh,
were your other two?
Lost in the World.
Lost in the World.
Lost in the World. We talked about the beat on Dark Fantasy. Um, but I liked just how Dark Fantasy started out. Again, you
Hmm.
got Nicki Minaj on there, and she's like setting the stage
Hmm.
for Kanye to tell
Oh
his
yeah,
his
yeah. I
story,
like
and
that.
he's like,
That
"You
intro
you
was
you
nice.
haven't heard the real story." Yeah, that was so cool. And then when the first thing Kanye says, he's like, "I fantasized about this back in Chicago,"
Hmm.
and it's like, I believe him that it's something he's been like fantasizing about for years, and it's finally coming into fruition. So I really love that song, and then the beat is crazy.
All right.
So I really loved it.
Yeah. So for Dark Fantasy, I just the chorus. Could we get much higher? So high. Oh, oh. Yeah, I like the whole oh, and then could we get much higher? So I mean, I thought the chorus was cool, and he's like, and he pretty much just starts out the verse. I fantasized about this back in Chicago. Mercy, mercy me, that mercy lago. I hope I said it right, but I'm just reading the lyrics from my cheat sheet. But I mean, yeah, I thought it was a very good way to start out the album. I thought the chorus was very done well, and not to mention, it had a great beat. So I don't think it had the best beat, but definitely it had a great beat. Yeah, the beats were very tough. Choosing the songs were very tough, and then so I mean, it was a very good song. So what any of your other choices that we didn't talk about yet?
Lost in the World.
Hmm.
Um, I like that one because it might have been the video that converted me too. Because
Hmm.
in the video he's like running. He looks like a track star when he's running on that video. He's
Hmm.
like he got great form, and he's running for his life on that video to find the bird girl that's like
Oh
harassing
oh
him.
yeah, from the Runaway film. Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so I really like that, and I like the crescendo of the beat. Like it gets faster and faster and faster, and it's like you can hear like the heartbeat
Hmm.
of it, and and then the "Who Will Survive in America" poem at the end.
Oh
I
yeah.
really enjoyed
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't one of my picks, but I mean, definitely a great song. And I think yeah, it's been a minute since I last watched that Runaway film, but I mean, I'd have to watch it again just to see him running. But I do remember the scene, just don't quite remember the song from it. So, and then last song I want to talk about is "Who Will." No, that's "Who Will Survive in America." My pick. Devil in a New Dress. Um, I thought it was definitely one of the best beats on the album. I think it was just a little notch below All of the Lights and Runaway in terms of beat, but I feel the song was, very well done in terms of just the whole of him just talking. Let me pull up the lyrics here. Uh, he has his first two verses. I like the second verse where he goes, "When the sun go down, it's the magic hour, and out of all the colors that fill up the skies, you got green on your mind. I can see it in your eyes." So, and then it's like weird because like you feel like the song's gonna end. It's a instrumental like for a minute, and then out of nowhere, Rick Ross just comes out of nowhere. So I thought that was pretty cool. Which I mean, I do remember the video clips when I think he's carrying the girl from the Runaway film with the beat playing. I could be wrong, but I know the song was in there, so I thought that was pretty cool. But wish it could have gotten its own music video. What were your thoughts on uh Devil in a New Dress?
I enjoyed it. He mentions LeBron in it, of course. He says he's the LeBron of rhyme, and I think LeBron's the best. So I like that he mentioned LeBron. Um, I, I liked it though.
Not one of your favorites.
What it wasn't one of my it wasn't one of my favorites, but I did really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Um, wh- what what made you choose So Appalled?
Oh, as an honorable mention, first off, I mean the beat is sick, and then I just in terms of like in terms as an honorable mention, so appalled. Definitely like the whole. I guess how the song starts out, and then just how in the first verse, I think he kind of kills it. Probably one of my favorite verses on the album as well. Just I like the part where he's talking about Baldwin and Trump taking dollars from y'all. Baby, you're fired. Your girlfriend hired. And then I think it goes later on down the line where it's like uh, that no the day that play me be up the same day MTV play videos. That was a little joke, Viola or something. Yeah, so he's talking about like MTV playing music videos, which when's the last time you seen a music video on music television? So I thought that was pretty cool, and I mean, I just thought it had that like
Yeah,
that killer beat. I liked it better than Monster, definitely. So yeah, it was
I
a pretty rough
enjoyed that
song.
one too. I thought Jay Z had
Yeah,
a way better verse on that one than
yeah,
he
he
did
did.
on Monster.
Yeah, like I said, they probably should have made this the single. So I don't know because it seemed like one of the singles had like the song with a bunch of features, but I think that Nicki Minaj verse kind of killed it. So I mean, great song, but I mean, between Soul Appalled and Monster, I gotta go Soul Appalled. I mean, I think it's just a better song in my opinion. So, all right. So now that we're done talking our favorite songs, oh, was there any particular song you liked the least, or you could do without?
Yeah, I'll preface it by saying that I still think this song is really really good. But if I have to choose one that has to go, it would be "Gorgeous."
Gorgeous. Okay. For me, I'm looking at the track list right now. I'd have to go. It was. I think the whole album was fire, but if I had to choose one song to go, probably Blame Game. I wasn't the biggest fan of that. Um, so I mean, John Legend. I think they do a good job, but at the end of the day, I'm
That
just
one almost made my list.
almost. And then maybe Who Will Survive in America? That last insert, and then so we'll talk about album cuts and expansions. See Me Now. That was a good song. I mean, I wish the song had made the album. I mean, it just sucks that I use Spotify and I can't listen to the song. I mean, I heard it a couple times on YouTube. It was a nice sounding song. Beyonce, I think, kills it on the hook. I mean, everyone did a good job. You got any thoughts on this song?
I mean, I'm pretty much in the beehive,
Hmm.
but I I thought the song was okay, but I don't think it belonged on this album.
Okay, yeah, that's
It
fair
was
enough.
like it was so fun and light, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
it was. It did
this is
have like kind of
too
a,
fun and light for this song.
yeah, it did have like that fun, happy-go-lucky beat. I mean, I just like like album expansions. If they have like good songs, it's like just let it be on the album. But it was iTunes exclusive
Yeah,
back way back when. And then, do you have access to it on Apple Music out of curiosity, or?
I didn't check. I listened to it on YouTube. Let me check really quick.
All right, while you check that, that's kind of it for album cuts and expansions. Let's see. So recommendations. If you enjoyed this album, if you enjoyed that Nicki Minaj Fireverse, why don't you go listen to Pink Friday, which came out the same day as this album. So definitely give that a listen. Let's see. Another album I want to highlight is Jay Z's The Blueprint 3. I think that came out about a year before this album dropped, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And then also Rick Ross's Teflon Don, which came out earlier in 2015. And then there's one more album I would like to highlight, and that is um, the album that he does with Jay Z, Watch the Throne. I don't know. I've never listened to this album in its entirety. How about you? Have you listened to any of the albums I just named?
I've listened to Pink Friday, Blueprint 3. I haven't listened to Rick Ross, Teflon Don, but I did listen to Watch the Throne. Back in 2011, I went to their concert in Detroit.
All right, right on, right on. So hopefully we can do all four of those albums I just dropped at some point on this podcast. So I know this was your pick, so kind of a silly question, but closing thoughts on this album. Are you taking any songs back to your playlist? Um,
Oh, yes, all of them.
all
All of
of
them.
them. Yeah, it was kind of a silly question.
What about you?
For me, I'm taking back all, definitely my top three songs: "Runaway," "Dark Fantasy," "Devil in a New Dress," "Soul Paul." Then I guess all of the lights. So that's quite a bit of songs. So I mean, I guess you can kind of say this album's kind of grown on me. So and with
Fair enough.
yeah, and with that, we are gonna put this episode to rest. What were your guys' favorite tracks on this album? Any thoughts that you guys have? Anything that we missed? What tracks did you not like? Just let us know in the comments. Participate in the discussion. We will respond to any comments. Once again, you've been watching or listening to episode 11 of Listen in 3D. I'm your boy, Justin Reed, aka Too Tall for You Fool, for Netta Wondrous Net. We say so long and join us on our next episode. See ya.